Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk about a secret. I want to share a secret with you, and the secret is that it is the secret to being a nice person, the secret to being a really nice person. Okay, so let's talk about being a really nice person and what is the secret to that. Okay. So knowing this secret that I'm going to tell you of being a really nice person can and will change your life if you let it. It will open your eyes to things that you didn't see before. It will give you courage to make changes in your life that you never thought were possible. It will also help you to walk closer to the Lord, or maybe get to know Him if you don't know the Lord. It will enlighten your heart. It will enlighten your mind. It will set you free in areas that you didn't even know you needed to be set free in. It will cause you to do the will of God more often. It will grow you up into Christ, definitely. And it will help you be able to speak the truth in love more. Okay? So knowing the secret to being a really nice person is a very big deal. So how many can you count the nice people you have known, the really nice people? Maybe now or when you grew up. Think of some really nice people that you knew. Can you count maybe 3, 4, or 5 people that you've known in your life that were really nice? Well, they're everywhere, aren't they? And maybe you're one of them. Maybe you're a really nice person. Well, I want to share some news with you, some information. Now, I don't want to offend you when I say this, but I'm going to share this truth with you, and you can choose to receive it or to be offended. So that's up to you. So I want to tell you the secret to being a nice person, if you didn't know what it is. The secret to being a really nice person is lying. Lying is the secret to being a really nice person. Now, did you know that to be a really nice person, your full-time job is to tell lies? Did you know that a nice person, a really nice person, would never say anything that would disagree with another person? Did you know that a really nice person will never say anything that would potentially offend another person? A really nice person will never do anything to challenge another person. Never. A really nice person will never do anything that could upset another person. And a really nice person will never take any action that could risk rocking the boat in a relationship, in a family, in a business, in life. So in order to be a really nice person, the goal of your life is to keep everybody happy all the time. That's the goal of a really nice person. And in order to keep everybody happy all of the time, the nice person must lie about themselves. In lying about themselves, they nullify themselves and in a way make themselves invisible. How do they nullify themselves and make themselves invisible in a way? Well, in compliance to pleasing all of these people around them that they encounter all day, they will agree with others and tell themselves that their needs are unimportant. Their wants are immaterial. Their feelings, irrelevant. Their values, unwanted. And their opinions are unnecessary. And so they live accordingly, not being truthful with themselves and not being truthful about themselves with others. So really nice people, in order to stay that way and please everyone around them, they must, by necessity, lie to themselves and lie to other people. And if you are lying to yourself, how can you be close to the Lord? He's the God of truth, right? Not lies. So you would have a big problem lining yourself up with the God of truth if you're telling yourself lies and other people lies, right? So this habit of lying to please people is called idolatry. It is idolatry. Let's look briefly at what Jesus said in Luke 6:26. Listen to this. Woe to you when everyone speaks well of you. Woe to you, for that is how their ancestors treated the false prophets. The New Living Translation says, what sorrow awaits you who are praised by the crowds? For their ancestors also praised false prophets. So Jesus is speaking here, and he's saying that when everybody says, you're just such a nice person, you're just so wonderful, beware. Why? Because that is how the people who he is speaking to, how their ancestors treated the false prophets. False prophets are false by definition, and that means they do not tell the truth. A prophet is to speak the truth, and a false prophet will never tell the truth. A false prophet lies, and so the false prophets never told the truth, so their ancestors praised them and said, oh, you're so wonderful. They praised them for telling them what they wanted to hear. The false prophets were not allegiant to the Lord. They were allegiant to the ancestors. Those were people. And when we lie to ourselves and lie to others to be a nice person, we are not showing allegiance to the Lord, because we're not speaking the truth. We're not walking in the truth. Okay? So my goal in this video is for you to see and have a dawning and awakening in your heart that lying is the full-time job of someone who is always nice, such a nice person. It's also my goal for you to see that lying all the time, often, you have to lie often to be a nice person, but when you do lie that much, it means you're living a lie. Your life is a lie. I also want you to see that lying is not God's will for you. He is the God of truth, the one true God. And he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life in John 14:6. Another one of my goals for you in this video is to see that if this could be you altogether or in some areas, that people in your life are your God. You are bowing to them, you are worshiping them, and you are pleasing them. Okay, this is idolatry. Also, my goal in this video is for you to see that the Lord says that great sorrow awaits you on your deathbed when you realize you didn't do God's will, but the will of the people around you. And so ultimately, that could mean that you're a goat and not a sheep, depending on, a lot of different factors there. But if you don't know the Lord and you're just pleasing people, you might be a goat. So you need to come on over and get in with the sheep and get to know the Lord and get to know the shepherd, the good shepherd, and the God of the easy yoke and the light burden. And then my last goal in this video is for you to see that God has so much better plans for you, so much better plans for you than lying to yourself and to people and being someone who just, the goal is to please people all the time and to be a nice person. God values your needs, your wants, your feelings, your values, and your opinions. Yes, he does, very much. And he wants you to value them as well. He wants you to walk in his yoke with him, Jesus Christ does, and let him teach you how to walk in grace and truth. When you walk with him in the yoke, you will learn that he is gentle and humble. And in that yoke with him, you will become gentle and humble. Why? Because it will rub off on you when you're walking in the yoke with Him. You will learn in the yoke with Him that you are not responsible for other people's feelings, for other people's words, and for their actions. It is not your business. But those people are responsible for their own feelings, their own words, and their own actions. You'll also learn to carry your own burdens, your light burden of walking in the yoke, and you will not carry other people's burdens anymore unless it's a big, huge burden that they can't carry, and it will just be for a little while, and other people will be there to help you and to take turns with you. You will also learn walking in the yoke with Christ that the yoke is easy and pleasant. It is not harsh, sharp, or pressing, and His burden for you is light and pleasant to carry. So consider getting in touch with your true self, not the false self that you have created, maybe out of desperation in your survival mode of childhood to please your parents or your siblings or your teachers. Not that false self, but let that false self crack and fall away and get in tune with your true self on the inside. The true self that God knows deep down, that maybe not many people know, if at all. What do you think about things? Do you know that what you think matters? How do you feel about things? What are your needs? What are your wants? What do you value? Without anyone else having an opinion at all, what do you think and feel and value? These things are very important because you were created in the image of God, and God cares about these parts of you, and He wants to raise up that true self inside you to walk with Him, because that's the real you on the inside. That's the new nature that is wanting to grow strong and come up and make a difference in this world and to bring light into this dark world. So if you want to get in step with the Lord, who thinks you're very important and very special, then you will start to learn to believe that you are important and special, because that will help you line up with Him. And the more you line up with Him, the bigger and stronger He will become to you in your spirit, in your reality, and the smaller people will get in your reality. Not in the sense that they're insignificant, but they will not dominate you and enslave you to be pleasing them all the time. You will be able to serve the people out of love, out of a full heart and love, because you're being filled with the love of Almighty God and of His safe, authentic people. So it would be my goal for you to get to know your true self, to walk in alignment with the Lord, to connect with the authentic body so that you could fill up on His love and His grace, and fill up on His acceptance and reception through His people, so that you could overflow to the people that you used to be enslaved to, so that you could actually love them with agape love. That would be my prayer for you. Okay, so the goal of this video is that the secret to being a nice person, a really nice person, is lying. Because in order to be a really nice person and for everyone to be happy with you all the time, you must lie. You must lie to yourself, and you must lie to the other people. So that is the secret, and I hope that this has helped you. I hope that you've had some insights into the inner workings of your being, and that you can maybe take some of the things I've said and let them shed some light into your life, into your heart, into your relationships, and maybe you could take a step forward into the light, out of the darkness, into the truth, away from the lies, and have a better life, a more enjoyable life, walking in the yoke with Christ. Okay? I'll see you guys next time.